So we just got back from the Art Aquarium in Ginza. It's actually pretty new in Ginza. They just had like their 1-year anniversary, I think, recently, because they had this logo up there when we went in. We weren't sure like if we should stop by it at first because we thought it was gonna be super small and not that interesting, but we really enjoyed this place. Like right when you walk in, there's a super cool digital display of colorful fish and lights, and it's pretty amazing in there. But we want to give you some tips on visiting this place. So here's our little review and guide to the Art Aquarium in Ginza.
Purchasing tickets can be a little bit confusing here. So what we did was we just went to the building, just like I guess any normal person would do, thinking like, hey, you can just purchase tickets there. As soon as we got to the building, the elevator to go up, there was a huge sign in English that said you can't purchase tickets here. You have to go to a nearby building and purchase tickets there. And we're like, okay. We looked in on Google Maps and it was like a 10-minute walk, and we're like, okay, that's like 20 minutes out of our way. So we're like, okay, there's got to be another way. So we're like, okay, let's just order it online. Now, if you know how to read Japanese, since we do, we were able to do this because there is no English to order online. So now I was putting in all the information to order online, and I was using my Visa card, which I have an American one, and then it declined that because you have to use either a Japanese Visa card, or if you have American Express, they will accept that, and Crystal happened to have American Express. So then we re-input all the information and finally got our tickets, got the email, got the QR code, and we're like, yes, did that in 5 minutes. Let's go up these darn elevators. Yeah. And then we get up there and there's people purchasing tickets at a kiosk, and we're like, what the beep? Why do they have that sign down there? I'm just like, why make us go through all that stress?
So yeah, that was really confusing and annoying, but we got through. You get like a QR code and you just scan that on your phone. Also, this art aquarium is within a shopping mall called Mitsukoshi. And I read online that if you take escalators, it stops at a certain floor. I think it stops on the 8th floor, and then you have to like figure out a way to get to the 9th floor. So just take the elevator up to the 9th floor and you'll go straight there. Oh,
also we were confused. Like we thought the elevator was inside the department store. We're walking around and the elevator is actually located outside right before you go inside. So that was a little bit confusing too.
Yeah. So once we got past all the confusion, we finally made it into the Art Aquarium. And yes, it was aesthetically pleasing. It was really, really beautiful. Like first when you walk in, there's like this cool lantern kind of thing. Go past that and like very, very bright, colorful fish tanks. And it's kind of an illusion because you think like the
tube, like
the tube is connected from the ceiling to the floor, but it's actually only halfway because the bottom of the tube is a mirror, so it gives you this reflection, thinking that it's this entire
huge
tube.
Pole. Yeah.
But I was just like so blown away by that. I was like,
yeah,
oh my gosh.
That was really interesting. I also didn't expect the whole museum to be like dark. The only things that were bright were the fish tanks or the art. So like it's really dark in there.
Yeah, I expected the darkness because I've been to like a few digital museums and it's always super dark. Always super dark. But you can take some really cool pictures still with your iPhone or other cameras. Because yeah, the lighting and like how they arranged all that is super, super cool. So go through different sections, looking at all these different display of goldfish, and they're all goldfish in here. Every single tank has a different type of goldfish.
But there's like varieties of them. I'm always just used to seeing the one, goldfish, but there was like a variety of species. I was really curious to I was like looking at some of them in the eye. I was like, oh, I've never seen this gold. They look kind of sad.
Yeah, I actually didn't know it was all different species until Kenny told me after we got out of the museum. So yeah, so you'll go through these different displays of the goldfish and different tanks and lighting. One of the cool displays we really liked, besides the one that we first walked into, was this. The display is called Origamium, which I can't believe I just said that because it was such a tongue twister we couldn't say it. But it's like this large globe of goldfish in it, and then surrounding it are these like cranes around it, so you can get. It's really magical. It's really pleasing to look at, and really cool photos that you can take too.
And a lot of the themes in these rooms are very like Japanese based. It's like the origami, the lanterns, the very traditional lanterns. Like the only thing I guess that wasn't very traditional was when we had like the illusion of the tubes. But everything else is like very Japanese theme, which I really like that they did that. We walked through, we actually didn't know what it was until we read about it, but it was an actual bamboo forest of fish. That was like the
I didn't get that.
yeah, we didn't really get that. We're like, oh, okay, these tubes are like shapes of bamboo, but we didn't really get that
It
until
looked
we
like a
read.
science lab to me, actually.
Science lab.
But, I mean, it was still cool looking.
It was
but
cool, yeah.
I didn't think like, oh, this is a forest.
Yeah.
But that's what the description was, because towards the end of your tour of this place, they give you descriptions of everything. You can also get an audio guide.
But it was an extra 500 yen.
Yeah, we didn't think we needed it.
Yeah.
So you can get all the information towards the end. They explain what each display was and how they came up on it and everything. So then towards the end, we came across this flower, or the aquarium surrounded by a bunch of flowers, which looked really pretty.
It was done in collaboration with a famous ikebana artist. And ikebana is the art of flower arrangements in Japan. It's a very traditional thing as well. But that was a collaboration. I thought that was really interesting how that artist collaborated with the aquarium or the fish.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
Once you're done with that, that's the end of the museum. But as you're coming into the gift shop, right before that, you'll come across a bunch of art by illustrators. And then I looked deeper into it. They're actually collabs with Japanese musicians. And I knew one of them, so I'm like, oh, this is really cool that they're actually doing a collab with this museum and making like this cool art, you know, because it's all like fish themed. It looked really neat. I was very interested in getting something because at the gift shop, they sell this art in different forms. Like there's t-shirts, sweaters, postcards. So yeah, that was really, really cool. I love collabs like that.
Yeah, I immediately knew she was gonna like that because it looked like anime stuff, and she loves anime.
I love anime and manga.
I skipped that, and not that I don't like anime, I'm just not like that into it. I went to like the gift shop part, more inside of it, and they sell their things that are themed off of the obviously the aquarium. So I got a towel that had art, like goldfish art on it, which I thought was really cool, which was really colorful. And they had like this really cool gift sets of like chocolate, senbei, and like the chocolate is shaped as goldfish. It was like a lot of really cool gifts you can get there. I probably would have bought like a ton of stuff if I had more room in my suitcase, but I stuck to just buying little things I can stuff in my book bag. But yeah, definitely check out the gift shop because there's a lot of cool stuff in there.
So yeah, so that was our little review of the Art Aquarium.
Yes, I'm so glad we went because we were not going to go at first. So if you're like not sure if you want to go or not, we say do it.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Bye.